Hey, how's it going guys? I noticed on my Zhongli is not underperforming video, I have a wonderful comment by Dark Raider asking for proof. You say Zhongli shields is strong in Abyss, show me proof on next video. Well, here's the video. I think we're gonna do it. Holy sh**, we did it. So let's read the full comment. Your AR-51, you have Diluc and Jean, but have not completed Abyss with good units. That's a fair statement. But you know what else is a fair statement? Me just pulling Jean a couple of days ago. How about that? I mean, you don't know that, but you made a presumption. And I'm here to fill you in that I literally just got Jean a couple of days ago. Now, in regards to my Jean, I have actually just pulled her 2 days ago. Just from a random single pull, we managed to get her after Zhongli. Just completely random, and she's not really built. However, I did use her in Abyss, and you can see her in the first half of my team. She's level 60 out of 70. The weapon she's using at the time, you can see I have 3 swords. The sacrificial sword was used on Xingqiu, and Bennett was actually using the Aquila Favonia. So if you notice in my video, I'm gonna share it here, if I ever attack with my Jean, it's basically no damage. So that's the current status of my Jean. She does have some good artifacts because I've managed to, create some artifacts left over. She's just using basically bare bones artifacts, and I'm just using her as a healer. Her talents are 2-1-1. Right now she isn't really built at all, but I managed to clear Abyss anyway just by throwing on some leftover gear because I want to be very efficient with my resources, and even though now I have 3 5-stars, I would say only 2 of them are fully built. The other thing that I would like to mention actually is spending money does not make you a good player. That's 100% correct. Spending money does not make you a good player. I agree with this. You say Zhongli shields is strong in Abyss, show me proof on next video. Okay. So in the full playthrough, what you're gonna see now in front of me is, firstly I want to show you my Zhongli stats. This guy has not changed in the last couple of days. He's level 80 out of 90, fully ascended. His weapon is the Crescent Pike with physical damage, refinement rank 2. Now, have a look at this gear set. This is something that I don't recommend, but this is what I was running at the time of the clear. It has, decent rolls. I'm going for crit rate, crit damage, you can see here. And this very build here is not optimized at all. 0 constellations, 766, and if you can guess, he is actually a physical damage build. And it's crazy because he's a physical damage build, but his shields actually help me clear Abyss. You can see there's times, while not taking a lot of damage, it does give me time to breathe in between those little moments of dodging attacks. realistically, you're looking at a Zhongli that isn't built for support really. It's more like his skills are at the bare minimum. If you look at his HP, it's 19,000. I'd say the average player would have, you know, 20k HP. Maybe Deluxe 20k. All my characters are relatively low HP, but Zhongli, I think 20k is something quite achievable. Considering my artifacts, if we have a look at them, none of them, this one he has 239 plus HP, no HP here, no HP here, 4% HP here, and obviously the HP from the flower. That's it. That's all the HP I'm running. However, I can still make use of this shield in Floor 12 Abyss. Zhongli is not helping you get good. Everyone can complete Abyss at Adventure Rank 50, and so have I. But I want to dig into this because I think there's a couple of interesting points to talk about. The first being that I think Dark Raider is looking at this piece of, he's looking at this character, and it's fair because this video that I have is showcasing Zhongli in Abyss. That's fair. So there's context to his statement. However, he's making a lot of presumptions. For example, he presumed that, you know, Diluc and Jean were fully built. Presumed that I've spent lots of money to make my character strong, when in reality, I've only spent money just to make the game more fun and more enjoyable by just having a bit of fun, seeing what I get, seeing how I can make it work. And this is actually part of the reason why my Abyss hasn't been cleared until today. The way that I enjoy Genshin Impact is just by simply exploring the game and seeing what this game has to offer, whether that's finding every single chest in the game, which honestly I don't think a lot of people have done. And this was before, a lot of this was before they added the 1.1, the compass. I have found almost all the chests in the game simply because I enjoy exploring this game, playing this game, taking my time. It's very relaxing. Abyss has something that I've always enjoyed as well. I like the challenge and how difficult it is, but at the same time I've never rushed towards this game, and this is something that's very important. It's to play the game the way you enjoy it. Now in Dark Raider's case, maybe his enjoyment is, now this is me making a presumption, but this could be, it could be for him that he gets enjoyment from clearing Abyss and only Abyss. Is this video saying that Zhongli is going to help you in Abyss? Yes, and I've shown that. However, there's a little bit more to Zhongli than just Abyss, and this is something that I would like to explore now in this video because I've played Zhongli for quite a while, and even with my physical damage bare bones build and testing some other things, I have a pretty good understanding of this character and I can talk from experience. If you're curious about how long I've been playing Genshin, this is how many hours I have in it. And just because someone pays money in the game or someone hasn't cleared a specific Abyss floor doesn't mean they don't know what they're talking about. But it's good that you question someone. I wish you question every content creator out there because there's not a lot of content creators there that actually do their own testing and come to their own conclusions. So, to sum Zhongli up, it very, very quickly is Zhongli isn't going to be a character you want to pull unless you, one, really like this character, right? For me, I liked his attack animation, the fact that he kicks his spear, and his burst element is so cool. I mean, this guy just crosses his arms and then a giant meteor comes from the sky and explodes. Like, you can see my first impressions, my reaction to the trailer. I love this character just from a design point of view. Now, considering his kit, this is actually where I get the most enjoyment, is I simply play the characters that I'm fortunate enough to get, that I'm lucky enough to get, and I try and figure out how to build them. Zhongli is simply one of my favorite characters because he's actually quite complicated to build, but he's also very versatile, just like my Xingqiu. Now, to get into whether or not you should build him and specifically how he can help you, I would recommend building Zhongli if you have the main character as Geo that is built, or if you have Ningguang built, because his potential is really powerful when it comes to supporting, doing a bit of damage, synergizing with other Geo characters. That would be 3 different areas he has quite a bit of control in. You've seen in my previous video, I'm going to show it now, that he can do quite a bit of Geo damage simply by just summoning his pillar and then synergizing with another Geo construct. His attack damage isn't too great, but it's something to do to fill in the time. The other thing is his burst element is very strong, and then finally he also has his shield mechanic. So that's 4 different things that you can do with Zhongli. To go over some of his energy recharge issues, the last couple of days we've been talking about it, and the way to think about his, if you think the character is not working the way he is intended, I'm going to lead you back to this video. I'm going to lead you back to this video here, that Zhongli is not underperforming, simply because MiHoYo themselves has stated the only thing that is not working properly is the Constellation 2. Everything else is working fine. The energy recharge, the consistency, the issues with that, it's working as intended. We covered it in the previous video. This skill here lasts 35 seconds. It would be almost a little silly to presume that you would get all the energy at the start of this skill. You should be expecting to get energy every 2 seconds, not consistently and not every time, because we know if you go into the archive here, this is the very first thing they teach you. If you type in here, it says dealing elemental damage, defeating enemies, or performing other actions might also generate elemental orbs. So technically, you're not supposed to be gaining energy at 100%. You can, but it says might, so you might not be able to get energy every single time you deal elemental damage. The fact that this lasts 35 seconds and pulses every 2 seconds, that is a lot of time to gain energy, and you don't even have to be on Zhongli for it to help you gain energy particles. Now, we've tested his shield. This does not generate energy, and you know, it could be a little, you could say, hey, that's not fair, you know, some other characters with shields generate energy. For example, Xinyan generates energy when she uses her shield ability, but don't forget that 1, Xinyan actually strikes when she casts her shield. And the other thing that I'd like to point out is Zhongli's talent when it comes to his skills. The energy cost is so very little and such a low cooldown. It's only 40 energy. It's only 40 energy. It cooldowns 12 seconds. This here has a cooldown of 4 seconds. It's kind of absurd to me that people kind of look at the numbers and really don't give it, you know, that much thought. MiHoYo have done a wonderful job at designing this character and making it something unique and interesting. And with all this drama going on recently, quite frankly, it's honestly not surprising, but quite welcoming, because Zhongli is such an interesting character and is bringing a new depth to Genshin Impact. The final topic that I would probably want to cover for today is this clip here. The main way in which HP improves Zhongli's abilities is by helping him to survive. Right? Did you catch that? The main way in which HP improves Zhongli's ability is by helping him to survive. Well, no, that you could say that on anyone, but It is true that Zhongli's, like some of his skills, specifically his shield and his burst, actually scale off HP. What if suddenly Diluc scaled off HP as well for fun? Like he scales off pyro damage, crit rate, crit damage, and then all of a sudden he also scales off HP with his burst, and then now he's tanky. This is a new type of archetype in the game. This is a new role. So looking at Zhongli, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stats he can benefit from. Diluc can only benefit from 4. It's a small thing, but these small things add up. Zhongli seems to be a character with a lot of versatility and a lot of options in the way you can build this character. So I'd like for you guys to take a moment to realize, even though you can build him with HP, it's actually, in my opinion, more of a secondary substat, something you can go for just as a last resort, like energy recharge. You could argue energy recharge might be more important. Geo damage is really important, it's high up there. Attack percent, flat attack is nice to have, but it's not super important. And I'd say crit rate and crit damage are the most important. So something like this, as well as, you know, energy recharge is nice. So when you're rolling for these artifacts, when it comes to Zhongli, I would recommend going for geo damage, because it's gonna scale with his pillar, it's gonna scale with his burst, and it's gonna give you the most value in terms of stat. Then you have crit rate and crit damage, and this is gonna affect everything: your auto attack, your pillar, and your burst. And considering the burst is a one-hit strike, it's very important to get that crit rate so that you can maximize your damage. Unlike Diluc, who would hit multiple times with his burst ability, crit rate is kind of, it would be more significant. It would have more of a significant effect with Zhongli. Now, the other stats that you would want to get would be attack percent. This would be 5%, that would be nice. HP 5% as well, just to increase your shield strength and your burst damage. Or energy recharge, just to be a bit more consistent. Now, if we have a look at some of my artifacts, let's see if anything's like that. This is crit rate, crit damage, which is ideal. This is attack, however, which is not great, but it kind of works for my physical damage build. I do have a geo damage bonus here, but as I said, because of the Crescent Pike, it's the only weapon that I have. It's the only polearm that I have, so hence why my Zhongli is currently a physical damage build. But let's have a look at some of these artifacts as well. Crit rate, attack, crit damage, HP. This overall is a pretty balanced substat roll, and you can see how this is actually all very beneficial for Zhongli. On Diluc, maybe not as much. The attack is really not doing much. The HP is not really doing much. The attack is helpful, the crit rate is helpful, the crit damage is helpful, but the HP isn't something that's especially, it's more valuable on Zhongli because he has 2 skills that can scale off it, which is the incentive when MiHoYo mentioned it in their post. This one here is also quite good, but it's missing crit damage. However, this is what I mean by, like, with Zhongli, it's not too hard, you don't have to be too fussy with him to get a lot out of him, you know. The crit rate is always going to be good, the attack, you know, even if it's only plus 18 attack, it's still nice. It would be nice to have, you know, 5% crit damage, but, you know, it is what it is. We have 15% energy recharge, which is a little bit high, but it's still going to be beneficial. And then you also have the 4% HP, which normally on a DPS character would be, you know, not great. But because, once again, Zhongli has his pillar and his burst which scales off it, it's actually a beneficial stat. So, to take into everything, to consider everything is really important, and to give my overall thoughts, that is why there is so much uproar with Zhongli, is because everything at face value doesn't seem obvious, it doesn't seem obviously good. But when you consider everything and the whole kit and how he works and the intended purpose of the character, considering he's a different option for Geo characters, for you to build synergy with Geo characters, he's a support that can do quite a substantial amount of damage and doesn't require much investment, or you get a lot of value from investing to this character. That would be some of the reasons why I would recommend rolling or building him. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this kind of messy video. Bit of a different one, but I wanted to respond to this comment. I don't have any ill intentions at all. I simply just want to back up what I said, make a video on it as you requested, and you know, I appreciate all the comments that I'm given, even if they come off a little bit aggressive, but that's fine because I'm making the content, and if you guys want to see the reasoning behind it and not just take my word for it, that's fine. That's what you should do, and I would encourage you to do that everywhere. That's gonna be it for today's video. Yeah. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. It's not very easy to find the info that you want. Do it off stream. What? What? Off stream? You wanna do your shields, dude? You wanna do your shields? I don't have all day. Need that Q. I'm aiming the wrong dude. What is the timing on that? That is so brutal. That damage though, lol. Once he puts that shield up, it's all over. Where's this ice coming from? I've had bubble for dinner for 3 nights in a row now. TY for boba. Don't you dare put that shield up again. Okay. Boba flavor? I mean, I normally bounce between like just the plain premium pearl tea, and then sometimes like the matcha red bean, sometimes the fruity, sometimes the yogurt. It's pretty good too. I literally don't even have any stamina. It might be better just to pull out Diluc and just run around. Piss off, please. I guess that works. I think we're gonna do it. Holy, we did it. See, first try, chat. It's not even hard.
I will have order.